The Whispering Walls of Dar Sultana. In the heart of Marrakesh, there stands an old mansion known as Dar Sultana. Built in the early 19th century, this grand estate was once home to a wealthy merchant family. Over time, however, it fell into disrepair after its last owner mysteriously disappeared in the 1970s. Locals whispered about strange occurrences within its walls, but no one dared to investigate, until one fateful night. The Invitation. In 2015, a group of 5 friends, Amal, Youssef, Nadia, Karim, and Sophia, decided to explore the abandoned mansion during their university break. They were all fans of paranormal stories and had heard rumors about Dar Sultana from locals who claimed the house was cursed. Intrigued by the challenge, they decided to spend the night inside, armed with cameras and flashlights. As they approached the mansion under the pale light of the moon, an eerie silence enveloped them. The air felt unnaturally cold, even for a Moroccan evening. Amal hesitated at the gate, her instincts telling her something wasn't right. But Youssef laughed it off, calling her superstitious. "Come on," he said, pushing open the rusted iron gates. "Let's see what these ghosts are made of." Inside the mansion. Once inside, the friends marveled at the dilapidated beauty of the mansion. Ornate carvings adorned the crumbling walls, and intricate mosaics covered parts of the floor. Despite the decay, the building exuded a sense of grandeur that hinted at its former glory. They began exploring room by room, documenting everything with their cameras. In one corner of the main hall, they found an ancient mirror encrusted with dust and cobwebs. As Nadia wiped away the grime, she noticed something odd: the reflection showed more people than were actually present. She gasped, pointing out the extra figures standing behind them in the mirror. Her friends turned around quickly, but there was no one there. "That's just your imagination," Karim dismissed, though his voice betrayed a hint of unease. The whispers begin. Later that night, as they sat together in the dimly lit dining hall, faint whispers began to echo through the halls. At first, the sound seemed distant, like voices carried on the wind. But soon, the whispers grew louder, clearer, and unmistakably malicious. Words in Arabic and Berber floated through the air, speaking of betrayal, vengeance, and death. Sophia, who had grown up hearing tales of jinns and evil spirits, recognized some of the phrases. "It's calling us," she whispered, her face pale with fear. "We shouldn't be here." But before anyone could react, the lights flickered and went out entirely. Panic set in as darkness swallowed the room. The whispers intensified, now accompanied by footsteps echoing through the corridors. It sounded as if dozens of invisible beings were moving around them, circling closer with each passing second. The escape. Desperate to leave, the group scrambled toward the entrance. However, the heavy wooden doors refused to budge, as if held shut by an unseen force. Terrified, they searched for another way out, eventually finding a narrow staircase leading to the basement. The basement was pitch black, save for the glow of their phone screens. As they descended, the temperature dropped dramatically, and the whispers turned into guttural growls. Suddenly, Karim tripped over something on the floor, a human skeleton, partially buried beneath piles of debris. His scream echoed through the chamber, causing the others to freeze in terror. Without warning, the ground beneath them shook violently, and the walls began to close in. Frantic, the group ran back up the stairs and managed to burst through the front doors just as the entire mansion seemed to collapse inward. They fled into the night, leaving behind whatever malevolent presence lingered within. Aftermath. The next morning, the friends returned to find the mansion completely gone, replaced by an empty lot covered in weeds. No trace of the building remained, nor did any records exist of its existence beyond their own memories. When they tried to share their experience with others, most dismissed it as a drunken hallucination or a prank gone too far. However, not everyone survived the ordeal. Days later, Karim vanished without a trace, leaving behind only his phone and a chilling voicemail, a recording of the same whispers they had heard in the mansion, followed by a single word: revenge. To this day, locals avoid the area where Dar Sultana once stood, believing it to be haunted by the vengeful spirits of those who met their end within its walls. And every so often, visitors to Marrakesh report hearing faint whispers in the wind, carrying promises of doom for anyone foolish enough to listen.